Alright, so the other day I was reviewing the top 5 teams ranked by GameWith, the Japanese website, and a lot of people in the comments were asking me, actually I think the top voted comment was make your own top 5 list. And so here it is, the top 5 best PvP teams right now. And this is actually a clickbait title because it's not top 5, I'm actually making a top 6. Because the team we're starting with here is actually an honorable mention. So the honorable mention of this list is the Goddess team with Elizabeth. This team needs a 4th, and I think in the future there is a really good chance it will be number 1 with more support from other goddesses. And, you know, this weird goddess character, I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, called, like, Mael. If he ever comes out, let's say, I think is the best. And the 4th, like, I'm having to use Purgatory Bond as my 4th, because the team doesn't have a 4th. We're also using the Goddess card set that increases Goddess, I think it is Goddess, right? Just straight up Goddess, damage by up to 10%. I can't max level it, so 8% right now. And we're gonna go with this. Again, I think it has potential. No, I think that the way they should do this is they release Mael and he replaces Tarmiel in the team, and Tarmiel Link goes to Liz, right? And then they release a 4th. Like, the people have been saying they should release Nerobasta as a 4th, and you know, that could work. That could work. So let's go. We're fighting a Bond. An Ult Rush Bond. So this Bond team is a Terryless Bond, which consists of, I'm going to assume, Griamore in the back and the Twigo in the front. I actually think that the Bond team without Terry is obviously not nearly as good, but you could low-key run Bond Arthur Twigo with Green Merlin in the back and ult food if you have 6-6 Bond. But that's, you know, asking for a 6-6 Bond, right? So the problems with the Goddess team that I think keeps them from being on the top 5, and right now, in 4v4, it is like one of the best teams for 4v4, because you can actually run 4 characters in the front that are doing stuff. I think it's just lacking. Right? It's just lacking. The ults are good. There is a lot of support. It just takes a long time for the team to build up because Tarmiel needs to be hit multiple times. Liz has to use 6 cards. Margaret needs to use 5 buff/stance cards. There's just a lot of preparation that you have to do that other teams don't. Okay, let's do this. And I think it's one of the reasons why it keeps it from being top 5. And I don't know, it's just in geared right now, and in ungeared 3v3, it gets cocked by almost everything. It just does. It gets cocked by almost everything, including Bond, which we're facing right now. Oh, I feel partially responsible for this. I did make a video on using Liz in the back with her Holy Relic that gives HP. I feel partially responsible for this this Liz in the back situation here, because her heal plus the HP buff is actually kind of nice. So I said Griamore, right? He's actually using Liz in the back, which is basically the same thing because it gives the same buff. Okay, we're gonna attack buff, and then I think we killed the Arthur. Oh, the team is just lacking, but I think... Yep. After it builds up, it gets really good. I think it could be number 1. At one point. With Mael. And other characters releasing. Like, big Mommy Milker's Nerobasta that gives Goddess support in the back as a 4th. Right? Could be huge for this team. But we'll see how they decide to... go moving forward, because I mean they released this list, they're gonna have to give her support, right? They're gonna have to. Oh shit, let's move on. Holy shit, that was a lot of damage. let's move on to our number 5. As we go on the list, I'm gonna say that starting from the number 4 team, I think a lot of these are interchangeable and it will depend on your matchup. But my number 5 is a very specific team. You need to go first. Ludociel going first right now is a farmer. Like right now in 4v4, the top team was using Ludociel because he was just farming bots, right? This is a farmer team because you just one-shot everyone basically. And that's essentially it. That's the strategy. I think this team is better than Goddesses on the sole fact that it's more consistent. If you go first. If you don't go first, Goddesses will be best for you. So I would even say that Goddesses in this are interchangeable, but I would give it a slight preference. Yeah, I was the correct word, and I'll give it slight preference to this one because of the consistency. So we're gonna go for this, and this is why. Because turn 1, you do this. The match is over. But again, you need to go first. And you can change Trader Melody for someone else. But I think Rimuru is pretty... like, he's just too good. Rimuru is just too good. He hits insanely hard. That's it. He just hits insanely hard. Like, what else can I say? It's just the consistency of the team is much better. I meant to target the end. Much better, I feel like, than Goddesses right now. And yeah, and he steals Tarmiel heal. Yep. Not only he hits hard, but he cocks Tarmiel heal, which is huge. The biggest downside for the team is, again, you have to go first. And so if you face a whale or a bigger whale, you're screwed. And that's about it. Alright, number 4, and again, I do believe these are somewhat interchangeable, but I think that this one is relatively worse than the top 3, but still a interchangeable slot with others if you really want to stretch there. But Ban somehow still meta. I don't know how he does it. Let me put actually full HP cards. But he's never leaving. Oh, that barely changed my HP. Well, might as well keep the CC. He's still going for it. He's still somehow tagging along. And, you know, respect for Ban, because at one point, Ban was the worst thing in the game. He only had bad characters. And then Purgatory Ban happened. And now we never want to see Ban again. So, that's essentially it. Okay. A king. Again, I was for the YouTube viewers, I was telling chat, I was thinking of putting king on the list actually. Just the only problem with king is the Tarmiel link. It's very unfortunate for him. Tarmiel link cocked him, but I love king. King, in the manga, because again, you know, me as a manga reader, when I was reading the manga and King had his transformation on the fight against Estarossa, I was so hyped. It was so cool. It was one of my favorite moments in the manga. Guys, for the gifted. Okay. We're gonna go for the Ban ultimate, and he can't really stop it. So that is it. The match is over. I mean, he can put the shield up. Oh my god. Sometimes you forget how hard Ban hits. But the shield isn't gonna stop me because he has buffs. So I'm gonna do double damage. And now King is disabled as well, just in case he survives. Not enough. Alright, blue card for extra damage. I'll make sure. I mean, he's disabled, so he wouldn't be able to remove my my buffs to do more damage, but still. You know. I had to make sure though. No, with Ban, you start to be able to do some replacements. Terry is the optimal, right? Obviously. But if you don't have Terry, it is still viable to an extent to run, I think, Twigo in the front and Green Merlin in the back with Ult Rush if you have Ban 6/6. So you can Ult Rush with Ban. I think it's viable. Not recommended. And then at that point, he wouldn't be in the top 5 list anymore. I don't think that seems top 5. But it's usable. Alright, so number 3 is a very difficult one. Starting here, number 3, 2, and 1 are, to me, all interchangeable and preference, right? Those are, I think, all 3 by preference. And again, all interchangeable. Because they're all extremely powerful right now in the meta. It's crazy. Number 3, I'm gonna give to Rimuru Merlin Unknown Team. Now, this one has a lot of variation, because the last spot here is also preference. I am right now using Galfer, but really, you could use a plethora of units. I'm actually checking my Merlin gear, because I'm looking at the Galfer HP. He has so much HP compared to Merlin. I was like, does Merlin even have HP gear? I don't think he's even the best one. I think you could maybe have it better with Lilia, because then you have Green Sauriel Link with Merlin, and you're gonna have a lot of debuffs. So proc max Lilia, and then you use Zeldris in the back, right? Or you could use Shuna, which a lot of the top players are using for top 100. It's really good with Shuna because the cleanse, the extra pierce, the stun. The stun is huge. One stun can win you a match. So this team could be number 1, could be number 2, could be number 3 for me. It depends on the day you ask, right? But I'm leaving this number 3 here. But again, PvP right now is weirdly balanced between these teams, right? Weirdly balanced. It could be number 1. If you ask me tomorrow, I might say number 1. Probably not, because it's just tomorrow, but you get what I mean. So we already won. We went first, and they can't do anything. Actually, they're gonna debuff. They're going to be attack suit every single turn. His king can't attack forever. But the good thing, the thing that I really like about the Galfer variant is Galfer's Holy Relic. First of course. I love his relic. But the fact that you can seal Margaret from cleansing the ult debuff, I just really like that from this variant of the team. But then again, with Shuna, you can actually cleanse. I mean, you can't really cleanse. So okay, I also really like Shuna. I think I've been really harsh on Shuna since she came out. I've been calling her mid, but Shuna is really powerful. The one thing I like about Shuna is her cleanse. Like, if her cleanse wasn't 1 turn, right? Or sorry, not 1 turn, 1 debuff. It would be so much better. It would be so much better. Because I use Merlin, right? With Green Sauriel. And then Green Sauriel procs all those debuffs and completely cocks Shuna's from cleansing the debuff that you actually want to cleanse. And that happens so often with Shuna. That's why I think she's good. Her stun is very powerful. Her damage reduction is really powerful. It's just... the cleanse pisses me off. But she is a top contender as well, of course. Let's attack you again. You get pissed off just from watching me attack Seal. I don't know if they have Tarmor Link, I didn't even notice, but... attack with Rimuru, he does crazy damage. I could have actually killed the Merlin here very easily instead of going for the attack seal again, but you know, I'm using Blue Merlin. I don't use Blue Merlin all the time anyway, so you know. Yeah, it's the thing, yeah, all the teams now in the meta are using Sauriel Link, because you might as well, right? And they completely cocked the Shuna heal. But again, stun is very powerful. And then you have the stun plus the attack seal. You're just annoying. You're really annoying. Alright, so again, telling the same thing. Number 1, number 2, number 3, all interchangeable to me. Could all be number 1. But I am choosing the number 2 spot to be the DN Ult Rush team. Now this one, just like the other one, also has replacements you can make. You could either run DN Trader Melee Margaret. You can run DN Rimuru Trader Melee. You could run DN Margaret Liz if you have her 6/6. It's decent still. I wouldn't do that. But requirements are DN, of course, the Merlin, and the Tarmiel Link. The Tarmiel Link is a requirement. I don't have DN with HP defense. I was using her in the raid. Okay. The Tarmiel Link is a requirement. Okay. You have to have Tarmiel Link. Without Tarmiel Link, she dies. Like, DN is bad. Okay, she's not bad, but she's not good without Tarmiel Link. So, it is what it is, right? So, yeah, this seems annoying to deal with from time to time. Yeah, but I prefer running Margaret for the cleanse, like, over running like this. I see a lot of people running like this, and again, it's not bad. I prefer running Margaret. So we're gonna go for this. Because we got the extra DN card, so I might as well do it like this. Take off his ultimate gauge from DN. Put our taunt. If your DN doesn't have high ult level, then you wouldn't go for her ultimate, because DN was extremely... Oh my god, okay. Am I doing the raid right now with these terrible raids here? Okay. Getting infinite stances. DN's ultimate was extremely cocked for free-to-play. It's like, there's no way of sugarcoating it. They were pieces of shit with what they did with DN's ultimate. They made it so, okay, do you want to do damage with her ultimate? 6/6 her. So that's basically what they did. I can do damage with her ultimate, right? But if you have her 1/6, good luck. Her ultimate is nothing. So that's basically what they did. And boom. Preferably, of course, I would go with Rimuru's ultimate, because Rimuru's ultimate is the opposite. With low ult level, you still one-shot with Rimuru. He's so insane, right? Trader Melee, I have a 1/6 Trader Melee on global, and I don't one-shot with 1/6. So I know from experience you don't really one-shot people with 1/6, but starting from 3/6 with Margaret buff, you can one-shot people if you have buffs for him as well from his passive, right? Like one-shotting, like I say, like any team, right? But yeah, this team is still super strong. And for our number 1, which again, prefacing for the 400th time, is interchangeable, I feel like, with our number 2 and 3. Those could all be number 1, right? It depends on your preference, because to me, I value DPS over, methodical, slow, Blue Merlin attack sealing every turn, right? Or ult rushing with DN Tarmiel Link. Just DN Tarmiel Link makes me sick, okay? So I very much prefer the high DPS of Lilia Kyo with Rimuru or Trader Meliodas. Trader Meliodas can also be a replacement for Kyo. Sorry, not Kyo. Not Kyo. Rimuru. For Rimuru. It's just that Rimuru is more consistent, I feel like, with his the fact that he seals Tarmiel Link, and he does a shit ton of damage, right? It's just, again, you could say that the number 2 team is better. You could say the number 3 team is better, and I would respect your opinion, because I think it's in some ways true. It depends on the match. It depends on your RNG. RNG a lot. It depends a lot on your RNG, and it will depend on who you face, right? But I like high DPS. So that is my argument for that. The 4 ignites are on the end. We're gonna go for this. We're gonna seal the Tarmiel link because that's the correct thing to do. And then we attack the end and leave her one-shot. And now, you know, our enemy here has Shuna. So in theory, he would be able to cleanse our seal with Rimuru and then actually heal. But because we have... Oh, Kyo. Oh, nice cards, man. Because we have the Sauriel link, that does not happen, right? Sauriel link completely cocks the Shuna heal, which I like. And again, it's the same thing I was talking about Shuna earlier, right? This might kill Rimuru, but just to make sure, I'll AoE with Kyo and then level 2 with Lilia. Yeah. Again, high DPS over slow team slash DN cringe, but they're all really, really good. And Ultra Rush is so powerful, man. It's so powerful. So powerful. Okay, biggest negative of this team. Kyo cards. What the hell, Kyo? Like, I know I didn't use most of his cards. Like, everyone says, oh, he doesn't have increased card rates. It's because you don't use the cards. Even when I use the cards, I promise you that he gets a shit ton of cards. Every time. Anyways. That's about it.